Actually, where I was given all the lavender. This is all lavender. They cut all this down, and so this is what I'm making the mosquito repellent from. I'm headed back to Okeda Farm. We talked for about an hour this morning, and it was really interesting. I learned a lot of cool stuff about Japan. For example, I don't know if you know, but vegetable prices have stayed the same for the last 40 years. It stayed the same. So 40 years ago, you'd buy tomato for 300 yen, which I find really hard to believe, which, who knows, maybe it's true. 20 years ago, watermelons were $20 a pop, right? Not $10. They've gone down in price. But pretty much vegetables have not changed at all. Okay, they're pretty flattened out. So inflation has gone up, but the cost for vegetables are the same. And you know, I'm gonna take his word for it because he's a farmer and he's Japanese and he's telling me that. So basically what he was telling me, that it's really hard to make money as a farmer in Japan because inflation's gone up but the cost hasn't. The thing is, you know, if a watermelon is 10 bucks a pop, what I was arguing with him is like, how can you not make money off that? A watermelon, $10 each, you know, that you can sell, I think is pretty significant. And but I don't know. So that was really interesting. The other thing that I did was, you know, I was thinking about making lavender oil, which I am, all right? And I was thinking about making lavender water, which all it is whatever it is, drops of the oil in water for the most part that I could see. That it also requires purified water, distilled water. So what I've done instead is I've made Lavender Mosquito socks. Basically, you just wear it around you, right? And the smell will keep the mosquitoes away from your head, away from your body. Now remember, for 2 hours I was shedding lavender. A mosquito didn't come by me. The other idea is just throw it over the cow's rump, right? So when you're milking, you just put it over the cow. And I believe this is going to keep away mosquitoes. So I'm rushing back out. I was going to make oil, but I was like, oil's going to take a week to make. Water, just don't see it happening. I tried boiled it. It didn't really, you know, appear to have much of a smell, so I kind of tossed that. I should have kept it and tried it, you know. So, and then in the last moment, I threw this together, which took all of, you know, I don't know, 10 minutes to make because I had to sew the ends. It's an old stocking, my wife's. Shh, it may not be old, but I just went into her drawer, grabbed one of her stockings, and used it. That's what happens. Living with an innovator is dangerous because basically we need something, we grab something, we use something. So the smell is pretty. Actually, I have a little bit of a headache from the fragrance. You're going to get a fragrance headache from it. The thing is, the idea is would you rather have a little bit of a headache or rather be bitten by mosquitoes and get malaria? Over time, the favorite smell hopefully is going to die down a little bit. I think as long as you keep this dry, you just hang it up in the barn, throw it over the cow, you know, you're not going to have a problem. So the opportunity now is to check my innovation. You know, when an innovator applies his craft to farming, and you can just walk with this. You could have this for jogging. You try different sizes. You know, just kind of probably have all sorts that you can make. I've just put a lot in each of these socks. So, wow, the smell is just, you know, it actually burns the back of my throat when I smell it. It's that strong. So if this doesn't keep mosquitoes away, and it kept mosquitoes away from me for 2 hours, I don't see why it will, and then I don't know what will. Michael Trout, innovating, what I call, would you buy one of these, right? $20. I'll send you one. You want one of these? I'll make one for you. I'll send it to you. If you want it in my wife's underwear, I may be able to pull that out. I'm just joking. You perverts out there. That'd be kind of funny, you know, walking around. The only thing is you can't, I don't know if you can get it wet. Maybe you can just throw it in the dryer. Maybe you can throw this in with the clothes and have, you know, have this kind of lavender smelling clothes. So this is multi-purpose. Put this in the dryer with your clothes when it's drying, right? And what's going to happen is it's going to put the smell of lavender in your clothes. You could do this with any sort of herb, right? Mint, whatever, right? Make your little lavender sock things here. Throw it in with the dryer. Use it to keep away. Kind of like the all-purpose little thing here. So let me take a picture. In my little area that I use at the house, it's kind of like the back of the house, the side of the house. And as you notice, I'm wearing a t-shirt. It's morning, it's around 9:30. And yesterday, I'm trying to seed. I don't know if you saw the video last night, maybe it was dark, but this is called cherry sage. This is thyme right here, I think. This thing is the same as this, even though this is like so much healthier than mine. For some reason, mine's just not growing that well. And here is actually lavender that I'm trying to get to grow. So I've just got it in water. Here's my fish tank. I use my fish tank for everything. What I've noticed as I'm sitting here is I'm not being bugged by any mosquitoes. And I've got a pile of lavender that I'm going through. What I'm doing is I'm pulling off the flower pods. These are, also, I believe, also seeds right in here. Whoa. Sorry, dropped my eye touch. And that's, if you, wow, just by playing with that seed, right, I've got the oils on it, and it's really, really smelly. And I'm not getting any mosquitoes out here whatsoever. And this is, you know, from my history of being out here, this is abnormal. So I believe it's this lavender and sage and stuff. So what I'm going to do today is actually make, this morning I've got to work at 12:30, but what I can do today is actually make homeopathic, if I can get this damn thing to stick up here. My innovation's not working really good. Mosquito repellent. You know, mosquito repellent in Japan costs like $5. So I'm going to try making a tea out of this leaves, and also boiling down the petals. I may throw some sage in there too, and some tea tree oil and so on, and see how it works. I mean, I haven't gone online to look, but obviously I'm here. I haven't seen a mosquito, right, which is weird. And I haven't been bitten by one. And you know what? Having this in our room, because we get bit by mosquitoes at night in our room, it's really annoying. You know, you hear a mosquito flying around your head, you know, you want to kill that sucker. So I may put some of this, you know, like also in the room, or spray around, make a spray and spray it around. Have a lavender smelling room. So, you know, if I hadn't have started this whole beekeeping initiative, which, you know, bees got me interested in flowers, because flowers is food for bees. And, you know, and then I start thinking about, okay, I'm into herbs now from flowers, because I learned, well, there's different types. I've always known there was herbs, but I didn't know herbs. I didn't know this was lavender, and I didn't know this was cherry sage a month ago, right? And now I do. I believe the seed's in here, but I'm not sure. I don't know. So, but I do know that this holds most of the oil, because I can just tell with my nose, right? So where did I get this? You're probably wondering, well, where did you get all this lavender from? Well, I was walking in my little neighborhood where where I teach, and I noticed the woman cutting her lavender, and I'm like, "Gomi," which is trash. Huh. Yeah, hoshi, I want. Oh, dozo, dozo. So I ended up taking her trash from her. She was just going to throw this out, right? So I've taken her trash, and I'm going to, use it to make something out of lavender, right? So, she just has the flowers for the sake of the flowers and the smell. I'm looking at it from the sake of a product that I can use and innovate, and if it works, hell, I can compete with the products out there that are selling for $5. I'll sell mine for $1, or teach you how to do it yourself. So, to me, this is what being a social entrepreneur is, right? Being a disruptive entrepreneur, right? A disruptive entrepreneur. I've been so focused on doing IT and tech startups that, I'm missing the boat, dude. Yeah, there may be billions in that, but it's not sustainable. And what is Facebook doing for, the quality of life? Right? What is Facebook doing for the quality of life of individuals? What's LinkedIn doing for the quality of life of individuals? Right? And when 30 or 60% of the people can't find jobs, what's the point of LinkedIn? I tell you what, the point of Beekeeping Japan or here my little lavender side project to make homeopathic mosquito repellent, right? That basically has cost me nothing to make except for some time. All of a sudden, what have I done? I don't need to go and spend that $5-6 for mosquito repellent, because I'd rather spend the time making it, right, and sharing it with others how to make it, because I think that's a better use. See, this would let's show you. This is just, the leaves will just come off like that. There's the leaves, right? There's the stalk. So my next project will be, I should be actually doing both. I should be pulling the leaves off. You know what? I think I'm going to do that. Pull the leaves off, and this should be stalks. So let's start again. See, I'm learning. I'm learning as I'm going, right? This is obviously trash. This is something else she was reading. I'm not interested in vines. And actually, there were some pieces in here. So pull the things off, pull the stalks. That's it. That's the system right there. So I just innovated the system. How do you, deflower clover? I think that's fine. This little one. This is just on the main. Pull down. There's the stalk. Put it in here, right? I just don't want this heavy stalk. This heavy stalk is what I don't want. Wiry, heavy stalk. So I'll do double. This is, and I'll put this in the blender. We'll see. I don't know yet what I'm going to do. It's kind of fun. I mean, how am I going to make this into, pulling this the wrong way? See? It doesn't pull really good if you don't pull the right way. I'm going to pull against the grain. So ultimately, I tell you what, since I've started this startup, I'm not on the computer 24/7, and I really enjoy not having to be a slave to this technology, right? Be a slave. Because that's what we ultimately are. We're a slave. We become kind of addicted to checking our Facebook. And, I like going and seeing who liked, and if anyone's reading my stuff, I get some pleasure out of that. I'm not going to lie to you. When someone, even if someone hates my video, I think to myself, at least they watched it. Like some guy wrote the other day, he's like, what's the point? What's the point of your video? I said, there isn't a point. I'm just doing what I enjoy. So, look at that. Kind of like, I don't know if you eat chicken wings. Right. have to talk to my mentor. I just got a bite. No, I guess not. I thought I felt like a bite, but I haven't seen a mosquito. I haven't heard a mosquito, haven't seen a mosquito. So we'll see. I'm sitting here. I think this is pretty damn good. If I can go this long without getting, you know, seeing me swat or itching or scratching, you know there's something good going on, right? I like the idea of using, actually I got an itch right here. Now I'm being, is it psychological or is there a mosquito? Maybe it's taking this long for them to find me. Right? Rub some lavender. At least I'll smell nice. So I want to see if this works. Is this gonna work? I smell lavender. Whoops, I wanted that. I wanted that. Oh, I put that in the wrong one. It goes in here. This morning I actually picked up a whole bunch of new seed. This seed right here, look at this seed here. This is a beautiful little purple flower. Let me see if I can find it. One of them on here still. Oh, you can see that. Look at that. Little purple flower, right? And they grow up, and there's a whole thing, and the bees like them. I watched them. I am putting some lavender in here because I think these are seed pods in here. I think the seeds are really, really small, right? But I believe that's seed pods. The other one that I found was this flowering kind of grass, which is really pretty too. It has little seeds on it. So I just added a bunch of seed, and these are like tulips or something else. I don't know, these big pods. I grabbed some of those off someone's. So I got a whole mess. Look at all the seed that I just have. I'm going to see that here. That I just added to it. Just today I added, you know. So it's a constant, you know. I had my eye. I knew that I was going to come back to this area, and when I did, she had actually, I told her that I wanted it, and she said, oh yeah, Dozo, you can, you know, take it. And she'd actually cut in, and there's actually a lot more there, but it's wet and I don't want to take it. So, you know, I tell people, hey, it's for my my bee sanctuary, or hachinosu. Hachinosu no nojo. Nojo is farm. Hachinosu is beehive. So Hachinosu farm, I guess. I don't know what a bee farmer is, right? So it'd be funny if this drives away the bees. No, I think I saw bees on this. Checking out lavender. I think they like lavender. Here's one, actually a little lavender with the flowers on it. Really pretty. Here's a small one. See the little flowers on the side? So each one little flower feeds into these little seeds, right? And then they come and they pollinate it. They run around, they grab the nectar. I think lavender is full of this beautiful nectar. And when they do so, they pollinate the little seeds there. But I think the lavender seeds are really, really, really small for that. So, I have 30 minutes break here. What am I doing? You gotta pay attention here. Throwing my thing. I'm gonna reorganize here. Between classes and stuff, and I just go and go check out the neighborhood. I went to my friend's house. She's the one who gave me the cherries, the whole cherry sage plant, and then gave me a whole bunch of cuttings that she said all she did was cut them and stick them in the ground and they grew. I told her she's a liar. I said I can't believe that. I think you're a crazy woman. She was laughing. But sometimes some of these, is that easy. You just have to stick them in the ground. So if you got someone, who has them, and I'm kind of making a mental note of where all the different flowers are, right? And you know, I have a great idea for an app. I wonder if I can get my Japanese friend to code it in a day, because he does apps in a day. No mosquitoes on me. Get that. So if you want natural mosquito repellent, lavender is it. Yeah, see, right, and the stalk goes in here. Take the leaf, just pull down the leaf, put the stalk in here. Grab, pull the leaf. Yeah, fun. I don't know what. So, you know, I think my plan, talking about, let's just, I'm just here rambling. I like to talk. Obviously, you know that. So I think, you know, I did a podcast last night, and Anthony asked me, he's like, well, what would you know, what do you recommend? What can people do to help save the bees? I said, well, number one, you've got to get Coney 2012 against pesticides. I mean, that's a given, right? We got to fight these systemic pesticides because they're in our food. They're, you know, you can't wash them. Washing fruit is pretty much pointless, except, you know, unless you're just getting, you know, the cleaning them for the sake of bacteria and potential parasites on them, right? That's why you clean fruit. And the second reason is to remove is that lavender? That's a much thicker, older stem. So obviously what we need to do is to get we have to fight especially systemic pesticides, because systemic pesticides are the, you know, is the fundamental thing that's killing the insects. And you have to understand that these pesticides are not indiscriminate. So if you buy pesticide that kills mosquitoes, right, like Roundup is now advertising a pesticide that kills mosquitoes, guess what? You're also killing bees, right? And what do you put Roundup on? Weeds. What's the favorite food for, you know, for bees? Weeds, dandelions, and so on. So, you know, you're just asking to destroy. I wonder if this one would seed. It's kind of a nice vine with a flower on it. What do you think? Should I put this one in here? Put it in here. See what it'll take. So for us to save the bees, we've got to fight against pesticides. That's the biggest enemy for bees, pesticides. You know, we've got pesticides that now coat seeds from Monsanto using the technology from Bayer. You know, it's just their, you know, Bayer just bought the biggest bee research company in the world, right? Why do you think they did that? Because they want to come up with their own bee. Let's genetically modify the bee to be able to survive the systemic pesticides. Then we own the bee. And if we own the bee, think of the market, right? Every bee out there which has the Monsanto gene, right, is now theirs. So they can make a claim, oh, you're the sperm from this bee. I just threw that in the wrong place. The sperm from this bee is in your bee, and now your bees are resistant to this pesticide. So it's ours. That's what they're doing. I don't know if you know that, but that's what they're doing with potatoes and a lot of other things in Mexico. That's why Mexico doesn't want any Monsanto crops, the corn and everything, because Mexico has a whole bunch of different kinds of corn which are indigenous to Mexico. That's where corn came from, South America. So you know, that's number one. Number two is doing what I do. What I'm doing is basically establishing, number one, I'm establishing pest-free habitats, right? That then we're basically then introducing bees, if I can find the bees. And there's two kinds of bees. There's the solitary bee and the social bee. And the solitary bee is the most predominant bee, but no one's taking care of them, no one's protecting them, no one's doing anything with them, for the most part, not professionally. A lot of amateurs, you know, there's a whole amateur movement, and there is you know, pollination services with social bees, but not for the most part. The problem with social bees is they're labor intensive, right? You get one queen and she's just popping out bees, right? Social bees, they may pollinate better than bees, but one queen is laying one cocoon at a time, and that cocoon is hatching the following year. So, you know, it's just for large agricultural projects, it's just not doable. However, for the small, you know, projects like communities like this, solitary bees is the way to go, providing you can get them. It's funny, I haven't seen any kind of insect today. It's weird not seeing one mosquito out here. It's kind of like, I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. Because usually it's like I'm fighting them every stick of the way. So. Look at this. I bet I may not even do anything with this and just I had such an amazing smell. I don't know if you've ever smelled lavender, but real pure lavender, not the stuff you buy in a, you know, on a traffic. You know, all this stuff is so expensive too. I'm wondering if I could actually make. I have to look and see how they make lavender oil and stuff like that. So as you can see, I mean, this is kind of like fishing. If you like fishing, you're going to love doing this sort of thing. It's kind of like, it's actually, I would say, there's more action in this than golf or fishing, for the most part. It's kind of like one of those things, and you can sit here and make a pointless talk like I am, and wondering how I sit through all this and listen to it. But you know, this is what I'm doing. I started using my Edgewood.org channel because I have unlimited uploads. My found ups, I only have 15 minutes, and sometimes I go over 15 minutes, or I want to combine videos, and and it's like, oh, you can't, and like I gotta upload the damn thing again. So that's why you're like, why are you not on found ups? Why are you on Edgewood.org? Well, that's why I'm on my Edgewood.org channel, because of the difference. I don't know why with my Edgewood.org I have unlimited uploads, right? And on my Found Up TV one, I don't. I think it comes down to some admin saying, oh, cool channel, let's give them unlimited. Because one's about education, one's about startups. And my Found Up, if you watch any of my videos, you know that I rail on YouTube on my Found Up channel. Rail on it. And it pretty much everything I railed on, like, they're fixed. So, you know, YouTube is still a piece of crap, and there's so much that I would do to it that I'm not sharing, because you are not paying me to share, tell you. Here I am forgetting to swipe. So what do you think? Do you think you would like to do this? You know, basically this product is free, and I'm turning this product or this material into a product that then I can sell. Well, I'm not going to sell. Right now I'm innovating the product. So I'm testing, and I'm in R&D. This is the R&D and research stage of a startup, of a social venture startup. Now, did I know, could I have told you, you know, 3 months ago that I was going to be making lavender, whatever it's called, repellent? Of course not, right? Oh, I'm going to make lavender repellent and all this other stuff. You'd think I was just crazy. But now, you know, can I? Yeah, sure. Because I'm doing it. Why am I doing it? Because I got a bunch of lavender. And I wanted the seed. And then in the process of getting the seed, I noticed that, hey, this stuff is keeping the mosquitoes away. Because look, I'm out here just with a t-shirt with no repellent on. And I have yet to see one damn mosquito. So how long has it been? I don't know how long this has been recording, but we'll see. This is... Yeah, I don't know if I should be pulling these. Probably should be. I just want the leaves. I should be probably double pulling these leaves off these little sticks, but they actually break really easy, so I'm not too worried about it. And I'm wondering if you know, sometimes on the trunk there's actually more, not bitter. Does it taste like? I bet this is good breath mint. I don't know if lavender is poisonous. Will I get sick and die chewing on? It's a herb, I think. So I'm sitting here thinking, what could I do with those sticks? If I stick them in the ground, do you think they'll just start sprouting? Oh, that would be amazing if that happened. I think I may try that. This jar of... Ah, I see something flying around me. Something hit me briefly. So I saw my first insect a moment ago. Didn't last long. Bouncing through. Yeah, it's a lot more bitter. Stalky. See, I see like this here. This is good enough to see if it will actually seed. That in here. Ah, I see a little fly hovering around me, but it wasn't a mosquito. I wonder if I'm thinking if I chop this up into little pieces, whether it would, you know, what if it would work, how it would work as an indoor repellent, because it wouldn't be as strong as the flowers. I don't know. What can I do with lavender stalks? This is my question to you, if you've gotten this far in the video, watching me do this brainless activity. You just don't have a life? Why are you watching this? So, I'm making video just because, why not record memory, record this memory. One day I'm going to have Alzheimer's and I can watch all my videos and go, wow, I did that. Wow, this is me, right? So, even if I don't remember anything, I'll have videos to watch, and I go back through my life and watch them all. That's why I make videos. I make videos like some people write blogs, right? The difference is, because I'm dyslexic, I'm not a very good writer, or maybe I'm a good writer, but it's a pain. Writing to me is a big pain. If you read my Facebook page, you know that, because I got so many errors and issues, and I guarantee that I'll make your eyes bleed. And I felt something bite me, but I don't see anything. Oh, it's a spider. A spider. Get over in this plant. Out of my hair. Ah, here's another. See, I like these like bushes with a strong stalk like that, because I think there's a good chance. Let's put this one, just stick this one in the earth here. Let's wet it. Actually, you know what I have? I have what's known as stuff that will force it to seed. That's gummy. Oh, but I want the top. Give me the top. That's lavender. Let's take this off here. A little lavender there. A couple leaves there. Why did I miss this one? That's a good question. Okay. So I was talking about saving the bees. So once you have your, once you have basically a bucket of seed, and what I really like what I like about the bucket of seed is this, couple things. One is I don't have to worry about whether the damn thing's going to grow or not, because I'm just going to throw it out there, right? And I have so much of it that some is bound to take. And I mean, most of the seed that I've taken are plants that are already out there, right? So I know they're growing, and ultimately, here's what usually what lavender looks like. A little bit old, but this is really strong smelling. When you get it like this, when it has the nectar in it, super, super, super strong smelling. I think this has seeds in it. This one here is kind of an old one. And you can actually, let me move this back here, if you just do this here, see these little pods fall off right there? There's a little stalk. I believe in each one of these is a little seed, but it's so small you can't see it if they've been fertilized. But the problem is there bees around to do it? See, some of these pull off, and the stalk actually pulls off with it, like watch. See? There's the stalk. And now this is all seed. So I think this means, I'm guessing that when it does that, it means that these are ready to come off, right? When you can pull the, see, I pulled the stalk off. I'm going to throw when I pull the stalk off, I'm going to put them in there. See, the stalk didn't come off that one. Maybe that's the way it didn't come off. Actually, that one did come off. Oh, it just came off, right? So I'll do a mixture. Some in here, some in there. I keep forgetting to strip the leaves off. I need to strip the leaves off first. And you got to go against the grain. Going with the grain doesn't work really well. Pretty easy. There's a butterfly. It's a brown butterfly. It's like the one that we took to, has like little eyes on its wing. He's checking me out. He's not bothered by the smell. Hopefully he's liking the smell. Lavender. Have you noticed, something I've noticed is that, like I have thyme and sage and everything else. And there is nothing eating this crap. I mean, there is nothing eating lavender, right? Nothing eating its leaves. Which makes me think that they have a pretty good insecticide, or anti-eat-me-side. Pesticide kills pests, right? I think we need a thing that means, imagine if we could take this, grow tons of it, and we can mask our lettuce and other things with it to stop pests from eating it, right? Why wouldn't that be a better solution than putting down? See, these are seeds. This is a different flower. Look at this white flower right here that I found. So grab those seeds, put those in there. I don't need that. I think that's a lot better solution as an anti-eat-me-side or repellicide. What do we call it? Pesticide? Repellicide. It repels. Creating a whole brand of insecticides that don't just figure out what these, if we figured out what these things don't like, right? So they don't like, what don't they like in thyme, and then couldn't you add that gene to corn, right? And all of a sudden have a corn that basically nothing wants to eat. I don't know, it seems pretty simple to me. It's a different way to think about it. Instead of killing, using the natural abilities of these herbs and stuff to help goldfishes checking things out. They must be like, wow, the water's changing, it's getting a new taste. So I don't have to work until 12:30, so this is like a perfect, and I may run out to the beehive just to check things out. I haven't been there, I haven't checked the water level. We had a lot of rain, but I think it's fine. My only concern, right, yeah, see, if I can, with this tine, if you can pull, right, pull and it doesn't break, then obviously you don't want it in there. That's my opinion. See, pull and it breaks, so that's okay. I don't need it. Pull. Take the hands off. Pull. Hands off. Getting good at this, aren't I? It's a new skill that I just learned today with you watching this video, watching me do this. If you have any questions, love to hear them. If you care to post them, I try to reply and comment to every comment that people post. See, this one just won't pull off, so I don't think that is ready for seeding. And any knowledge, if you see something like, dude, you're a dumbass, you can't get seed from thyme. you know, or from lavender, right? Tell me, because I don't know. You know, and I'm basically really don't have the time to research every freaking flower. Not that I know everything. And so any knowledge that you have that you can share that can educate any viewer on a video or anything that I did, it would be greatly appreciated, right? Anyone that looks mature, like this one here, looks mature, right? This one here doesn't really look that mature. So I'm kind of making a judgment call here as I'm doing this too. If I like the seed, if it looks like this one here, it kind of looks like cool, yeah, it pulled off, put it in there. This one didn't, it didn't pull off, it goes in here. This one pulled off, goes in there. This one pulled off, goes in there. So if the stem pulls off, like this one here, it didn't pull off, so it goes in there. But I forgot, there's my butterfly. Come here. Come on, my little leaves. Leaves first, then pull. That didn't pull off, right? So I just figured that out in the last. See, this one pulled off. I figured this out just in the last, 5 minutes. Look at that. That one really pulled off. See, that's all going to break up. I don't know if you can see that, but it's all breaks up in the seed. So I think I've determined which is mature in a way to kind of determine which is mature and which isn't. Here's seeds. Beautiful little purple flowers, right? Put that down in there. So one of these pulled out, that one right there, while the rest didn't. Gotcha. I got a friggin' spider on my nose. That little spider has come back to me. Give me some spider love. But this is a good test for mosquito repellent, wouldn't you say? I'm in kind of a tropic time. It's warm. I'm out here. You see a wasp? Right now, time of the year, there's a lot of black wasps flying around. They're all black. They're not yellow jackets. So it's their time. It is the black wasp time. So I'm trying to think how I want to do this. Do I want to use like vegetable oil and make a oil base, right? Can I cook this down and get all the oil out, the natural oil? I mean, obviously plants are going to be predominantly water, so I'm thinking, I've had vegetable, I guess vegetable oil would be the, would probably be the best stuff to use. Shortening. How do they do vegetable oil? Or rapeseed oil. Seems like this is maybe helpful with your sinus too. Seems like I don't know. What properties does? Have to, you know, when I post a video, I'll put the link to you know, to homeopathic stuff about sage and lavender. Right. Over here, da 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 da, and the top. As you can see, you're like, how much longer is this video going to go on? Look how much I have here. Yeah, shot. Quite a while, needless to say. You know what I need is a cushion. My bum is getting a little starting to hurt sitting on the stone. Yes. Yes. Each of these little sticks. And the top. And the top. And the top. And the top. And that goes in there. That goes in here. That goes in there. And that goes in there. There's some other seed. This is my seed bucket. Goes in there. So that's what I'm working on. I'm gonna probably have another hour of this. And thanks for watching, and hope you watch more of my videos.